At around $30,000, the Mazda MX-5 and Toyota 86 are the cheapest sports cars on the Australian new car market. And although it's pretty obvious that one is a coupe and one's a convertible, the similarities in dynamism and performance place this pair on quite the level footing. Acceleration times are close, as is that all-important feel behind the wheel. This is exactly how we pick our winner. And to help us out, we have you and my frontman, Tim Rogers.
Sorry, Matty, wrong Tim Rogers. I'm a vehicle dynamics consultant, but I specialise in ride and handling on production vehicles.
That actually probably makes a lot more sense. Should we hit the track, Tim?
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. To find out how the MX-5 and 86 compare dynamically, we'll test the pair on track and tarmac. We'll also check their straight line performance against the clock and hopefully get a definitive answer on which offers the best bang for your buck. Well, Tim, the Haunted Hill circuit is certainly a bit of a challenge for any car, but what do you think about the MX-5 here?
Makes pretty light work of it, really. I mean, just so agile and responsive. I mean, lots of grip.
Yeah, it seems to be using that transfer to get the weight on the outside wheels to give you a bit of drive out of corners.
That's it, and it feels a bit more secure and just easier, more intuitive to pick up than the GT86 in that regard.
I found the steering's a little bit light in this. It's almost like it's just a little bit over-assisted. There's probably more feedback in the 86. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, agreeable. I mean, the 86 steering is just a bit sweeter, it has a bit more communication, but it's accurate in this car. I mean, you place it on the road, you get used to it very quick. It's not really a problem, just lacks a little bit of refinement.
Well, Timmy, the 86 it's pretty playful. It certainly does have more power than the MX-5. You can tell that, and the torque's pretty accessible.
Yeah, it only really shows up in a couple of spots on this track though. The MX-5, you can carry a lot of speed, so you just don't notice too much of the engine differential, but on the hill, absolutely.
Well, you certainly notice the extra power of the 86, but you also notice the extra weight, and I don't know about you, but I find you've really got to be quite aggressive on the brakes to get the nose to settle, but the downside to that is that it makes the RCN quite taily.
Yeah, I mean, you got to balance that a bit with the brakes. It's a bit of a game, really, but that's a bit of a fun thing to do. Also.
Oh, look, it's certainly a lot of fun. Like, I think these two cars on this track, like, you couldn't ask for anything much more, could you?
Nah. I must say the 86 is a bit more involving when you try to drive it fast, whereas the MX-5, it just seems to come a bit more naturally.
The track gave us a great indication of the vehicle's handling in a controlled environment, but we were curious to see how each performed on roads in less than perfect condition. The MX-5 stood out as being more comfortable and, in spite of its pronounced body roll, more forgiving over mid-corner lumps and bumps. However, we preferred the communication of the 86's steering, even if the Toyota's stability control was overly sensitive. In the end, there could be only one winner, and although both cars were a lot of fun to drive, we found the Mazda MX-5 was more enjoyable, more communicative, and more involving than the 86. It was also an easier car to drive at speed and more compliant over the rough stuff, which makes it an ideal choice for novice and experienced drivers alike.